Hello everyone and welcome back to the Perfect French with Dylan. Today we are going to look at the pronoun en. Last week we saw the pronoun y. If you want to check out that lesson, I will have it in the description box. Today we are going to focus on en. As usual, I have a free PDF for you to keep and review. The link will also be in the description box. And just a disclaimer, this lesson is inspired by my textbook, Complete French Grammar Course. It includes all the grammar lessons from A1 to B2, so beginners to high intermediates. It has exercises and free audio download, as well as video lessons that you can follow here on YouTube for the whole teacher experience, You can find it on Amazon for the paperback version or on my website for the PDF version. And if you want to buy a couple of my books, I have great bundles that allow you to save quite a lot of money. I will have all the links in the description box for you if you want to check it out. That's it for the PDF and the book. Let's start the lesson about en. In this lesson, we are going to see where to place en in the sentence. If you watched the last week lesson about y, it's going to be a good review for you. We are going to see en to replace an object. We are going to see 10 French verbs that take the pronoun en, and we are going to see expressions with en as well. Remember that a pronoun is used to avoid repetition in a conversation. So when there's a pronoun, you always know what the pronoun replaces in a conversation. Okay, if we see a sentence today with just a pronoun, you usually know what it's about in the conversation, and en is a pronoun used to replace an object, including the preposition de. So last week was a, this time was de, this time is de, and expressions of quantity. We're going to see all that. En is used to talk about things and quantity, but not people. However, in spoken French, you might hear en for people. I did it a few times on this channel every time I get called out. But even French speakers don't always have good grammar. Some of the mistakes we make. But yeah, you can hear it, but technically it's not right. So let's see where to place en in the sentence. En is always going to be placed before the verb. So we have subject en and then the verb. When the verb is a reflexive verb, en is going to be placed between the reflexive pronoun and the verb. So we have subject, S apostrophe, which is the reflexive pronoun, en, and then the main part of the verb. In a negative sentence, en is placed between the first part of negation and the verb. We have subject, an apostrophe, en, verb, and pas. So now let's see en to replace an object. En is used to replace an object, including the preposition de. The preposition de can have the following forms. De plus le égale du. De plus les égale des. De plus le easy égale de la. De l'apostrophe égale de l'apostrophe easy. So let's see. Est-ce que tu as du lait? Est-ce que tu as du lait? Du lait will be replaced by en. Oui, j'en ai. Oui, j'en ai. Elle boit de l'eau. Elle boit de l'eau. De l'eau is replaced by en. Elle en boit. Elle en boit. In the last two examples, actually, this is a partitive article. This is not the preposition, but it acts the same way. We're going to see the preposition now, actually. In the following example, the reference of quantity is repeated after the verb, but not de. Let's see. Tu as beaucoup d'argent. Tu as beaucoup d'argent. So beaucoup de is the reference of quantity. Argent is the noun, and if we replace the group, we are going to have tu en as beaucoup. Tu en as beaucoup. So d'argent has been replaced by en, but beaucoup stay. Another one. J'ai 2 verres. J'ai 2 verres. 2 verres is going to be replaced by en, but we are going to keep de. J'en ai 2. J'en ai 2. Make sense? On a 3 chiens. On a 3 chiens. 3 chiens will be replaced, but we are keeping the 3. On en a 3. On en a 3. So you could say I have 3, but I have 3 of them, basically. Let's practice more with 10 French verbs followed by de that take the pronoun en. Not all verbs followed by de take the pronoun en. It has to be followed by an object, but not all verbs take it, okay? Avoir besoin de. J'ai besoin de temps. J'ai besoin de temps. De temps, replace j'en ai besoin. J'en ai besoin. Avoir envie de. Avoir envie de. Elle a envie de chocolat. Elle a envie de chocolat. De chocolat is going to be replaced by en. Elle en a envie. Elle en a envie. Avoir peur de. Avoir peur de. Est-ce que tu as peur du noir? Est-ce que tu as peur du noir? Est-ce que tu en as peur? Est-ce que tu en as peur? Are you scared of it? Est-ce que tu en as peur? So for us, always before the verb. Donner de. Il m'a donné des tomates. Il m'a donné des tomates. Il m'en a donné. Il m'en a donné. Next one is hériter de. Hériter de. On a hérité de la maison de nos parents. On a hérité de la maison de nos parents. De la maison de nos parents becomes en, so on en a hérité. On en a hérité, so on en a. Here we have a double liaison. On en a hérité, ok? Manger de. Manger de. Je ne mange pas de viande. Je ne mange pas de viande. De viande becomes en, and here we have a negation, so je n'en mange pas. En goes after the first part of the negation, but before the verb. Je n'en mange pas. Okay? S'occuper de, s'occuper de. Il s'occupe de ce problème. De ce problème can be replaced by en, so il s'en occupe. We have a reflexive verb here. Il s'en occupe. Parler de, to talk about. Elle parle de ses recettes. Elle parle de ses recettes. De ses recettes becomes en, so elle en parle. Elle en parle. Two more before seeing the expression. We have se passer de, to go without, or to cut out. J'essaye de me passer de sucre. J'essaye de me passer de sucre. De sucre. J'essaye de m'en passer. J'essaye de m'en passer. One more. Sortir de. Ils sortent de la maison. Ils sortent de la maison. Ils en sortent. Ils en sortent. Okay? And now the expression including en. They don't really refer to anything. They're really expressions. So the first one is j'en ai marre. J'en ai marre. Which can also be j'en ai assez. J'en ai assez. J'en ai ras-le-bol. J'en ai ras-le-bol. That's just a different way to say the same thing. I have enough. Then we have je m'en moque. Je m'en fous. Je m'en fiche. Same. I have enough. Definitely a bit less formal there. And then we have je m'en vais. Je m'en vais. I'm leaving. Ne t'en fais pas. Don't worry. Je suis en route. I'm on my way. And je suis en train de. I'm in the process of. And we also have a very common question. Qu'est-ce que tu en penses? Qu'est-ce que tu en penses? What do you think of it? So, penser de, so basically here, we are repeating, but it's a very common question, so I've included here. Qu'est-ce que tu en penses? Okay? That's it for today. I hope I helped you understand more the pronoun en in the sentence. If you need the pronoun y, it was last week. I will have it in the description box. If you want to check out the free PDF or my grammar book, Everything is on my website as well. And next week I will have a lesson about when to use aller à versus aller en for transportation. Very useful one. So, I will see you next Wednesday for a new lesson. À mercredi prochain.